All right.
All right. Looks like we are. I mean, nothing happened, but it looks like we're live. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Uh, oh, yeah, I forgot that part. I'll introduce it, I guess, in Russian just to avoid any confusion. Так что, здравствуйте. Всем привет. У нас сегодня чуть-чуть другой стрим. Не такой, как обычно. И в гостях у нас Марк из канала «Английский язык. Уроки с носителем». Марк является носителем английского языка, американского английского. Он вам потом расскажет, или это у него техасский, или Орегон, или Вашингтон. Ну,
Washington.
Вашингтон. Ну, то есть, да, об этом мы сможем поговорить потом. Но вот сегодня у нас в гостях Марк. О моем канале вы, в принципе, более-менее знаете, что происходит. Ну, то есть знаете столько же, сколько я, в какую сторону он движется и какие у него, какие цели у него. Марк вам сможет рассказать о своем канале, если вы еще не подписаны, если вы не знаете об этом канале, пожалуйста, подписывайтесь, пока еще есть места. И мы в основном будет это происходить на английском языке, но будем переключаться на русский тоже, потому что Марк, как мне известно, очень хорошо владеет и русским языком, то есть что немножко необычно и очень, очень интересно. Я думаю, все у нас будет классно, так что переключаемся на английский язык больше. And hello again. If somebody's watching who doesn't understand Russian, then welcome to this stream. And we have Mark in our studio today, and he can tell you everything about his channel. So, Mark, hello again, and yeah, please, like, if you could just tell us about your channel, about anything pretty much you want. We're live.
Okay, so probably about a year ago, I had this ridiculous idea to actually, to be honest, I was going to teach Russian. That was originally the plan, right?
All right.
I actually have the website and the Facebook site and everything, and I was working on the course, and my wife and I were going to do it together. My wife is Russian, right? So I was going to teach the grammar, the words, the vocab, and she was going to help with the pronunciation because she has a great accent and I have a crappy accent, right? So you don't want to learn Russian from somebody that talks like me. You sound like an idiot, right?
Well, grammar is important.
Grammar is important, okay? And I do have an education in the language. I have a degree in Russian. I have graduated from the Defense Language Institute. I have taken basic and intermediate trained by when I was in the military. Okay, this was a long, long time ago. Okay, so these, I've spent a lot of time living in Russia since then, and so in the last maybe 13 years, I've been living here in Texas. But okay, so the channel, a friend of mine was visiting about a year ago, and I was telling him, well, here's what I'm doing, and here's my plans. And he said, he was from Egypt, this guy. And his name is Mahmoud. I just saw him about a week ago. He was visiting. And he told me, he said, do really a lot of people want to learn Russian? Maybe you should teach English and help Russian people learn English. And I thought, they already know English, Zachem. And I thought, well, okay. And then I thought about it, and I talked to my wife about it, and she's a lot smarter than me. And she said, maybe that could be a good idea. And so, okay, so I changed direction, and I put the other project just into the closet. It's on hold. Haven't done anything with it. There's 0 videos. And I just started making Anglийский язык. And it was going to be uroki с Америки. And then I changed it because I noticed that I changed it to уроки с носителем. Right? Не для того, чтобы хвастаться, а чтобы немножко отличаться. There's a lot of people in this space that are teaching English. a lot, and a lot of people that are really good. You know, we've talked about
Yeah.
it when we were visiting last week, Andre. We talked about, you know, some of the, you know, bebres, you know, some of the just gigante, right, in this learning English space. And I'm never going to be like those guys. Those guys are monsters.
Well, who knows?
You
Takes
know?
time.
But those guys are never going to be native speakers. Never. Not
True.
possible.
Yeah. Let me
So
speak
I had
from
to
my
think,
heart.
okay, what can I offer that's different? And the first day, I had a live stream called Friday Night Live. And if you go to my channel, you'll notice that there's videos for people that are learning English, maybe, you know, Smulya, you know, La Nachunayashik. And then there's a few of them maybe for intermediate, you know, reading. There's a lot for reading.
Yeah, I saw
And
some.
then on Friday, I just try to do a little bit of, you know, half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour where we just speak English. Maybe I read something, maybe I read an article, maybe I talk about something. You know, maybe we've done, you know, we've listened to some YouTube articles, just different subjects. We don't do politics, don't like politics. Okay. Don't like my government, don't like your government. I don't like anybody's government. Okay. So we're just not going to talk about government.
Yeah, fair
Okay.
enough.
All right. That's where we're at. And I think my followers appreciate that. I'm not here to gnat you, right? Kamuta. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to learn English. Actually, you know what? I'm here to get my Russian skills to come back. I used to be very good at Russian.
All right.
You know, I was really damn good.
Well,
I
it's
was
fun.
proud of it, but I lose it. Okay.
Don't use it, you lose it.
You don't use it, then you're going to lose it. It's like a plant. You know, when the plant gets sun, the plant blooms. When the plant doesn't get sunlight, the plant kind of dies a little bit. It wilts. What's the word for wilt? I forgot.
Вянет.
Вянет. Oh, thank you. I wanted to
Увядает.
say воняет, но это не то.
It's a little.
Это не то растение.
It may do that in the process, but yeah, if you don't use exactly, that's how it works. There is no magic, you know, pill. There's just.
Кстати, на чешском языке вот смешно. Пахнет и воняет, они как-то наоборот. Right?
Значит, я знаю, в
Девушка
болгарском.
очень красиво воняет. Right?
Ну, благовоние и в русском тоже есть, как бы оно как бы хорошее,
Yeah.
то есть хорошо
Yeah.
пахнет, но называется благовоние.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
When I was working in Moscow, I worked in a big company, a very recognizable company. I'm not going to say what it is. They and we had a guy there named Stan, and Stan was from Prague, and he spoke perfect Russian, perfect English, perfect Russian, and of course he was from the Czech Republic, so that was his native language, and he was so fun. And he I think we learned that from him. We'd have some good jokes in the office, but yeah. So how about you, man? That's my story about my channel. I've got very few followers. It's sort of, in the beginning stages. But I think for what's interesting is, if we talk about verbs and nouns and all that other stuff, people are like, yeah, okay, we know that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And it gets some views, and people, but people are interested in something that's a little bit different. And very quickly on that first Friday Night Live, we had a guy named Maxime, and he wrote some comment, the very first one. And he wrote, listen, this is what we need. What побольше этого бы, because we need more for intermediate level.
Yeah, we discussed it last time when we did the test stream, that it's that gap, it's we need to bridge it, because once you're comfortable enough speaking, You can just go out on your own, watch videos that you like. You don't have to watch educational videos.
People
You
need
just
practice.
Discovery
You know,
Channel, whatever you like.
They know 500 or 1,000 or 10,000 words. That's not, but they forgot. Right?
Yeah.
It's in their passive znание. They need to take that passive knowledge and bring it over to use it actively.
Exactly. And there is no trick to it. It's not tricky. It's just that's what you have to do. Take it and use it.
Просто тупо вкалывать и все.
Да. Слушать, говорить, писать. All the four things that people talk about: reading, writing, speaking, listening. Oh, I wanted to. Thanks for reminding me. I wanted to kind of hear your opinion on something. Out of these four that I just listed, which one is the hardest or should be hardest? I don't know how to phrase it, but okay, just which one do you think is the hardest? So reading, writing, speaking, listening.
Speaking.
Speaking is the hardest?
Speaking is the last thing. Speaking is the top of the pyramid. Okay, there's a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I'm going to make a video about this. I just need to get my creative mind going. But the base of the pyramid is your grammar and your vocabulary, zaposlov.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's your cement and your bricks, right? And so you build that by reading and writing. Okay. And then you learn to hear it. You learn to get the listening comprehension. Right? Andre said something. You went, oh, I know that word. Blin, точно, узнал. And you're happy because you know now that all of this work trying to read and write and запоминать is actually working. And so if you can do listening, reading, and you got to read first. You got to read at least a little bit every day. You got to listen and read. But I think reading is important because reading helps you understand the structure. And then when you hear it, the hearing reinforces what you're reading. And then so that all of that is your passive knowledge base, right? The Russians have an interesting phrase, like when somebody can't quite find the word, what залезть в карман за слово не надо или что-то такое. The человек is very loquacious, right? He can think of the word quickly on the fly.
В карман за словом не лезет. Something like that.
Карман за словом не лезет. Значит, he has got активное знание. Right? This guy has уже перетасил, перетаскивал пассивное знание в активное. Ему уже не надо залезть в карман. Карман – это ваше пассивное знание.
Mm-hmm.
Вот. That's what we're all trying to do. That's what we're all doing.
That's
I'm doing
a great analogy about the karman. I really like that analogy. It's it works. Yeah, it's definitely.
How many people that watch your channel know 2,000, 3,000 words, but they forget them?
I don't even know, but I'm sure that this is the common theme, that people learn words, never use them, and they just forget them. Because I hear words that I expect to know. I thought I knew it, and then I'm like, oh, no, I forgot. Yeah. I've heard the word. I know I've heard it. I know I knew it, but that's it. I don't.
And when I speak Russian, I mean, we speak a little bit at home, but my wife has a lot of friends, even here in Texas, that are people that are Russians or used to live in Russian-speaking countries. We have one friend that's, Armenian, and, her mom or something is Russian. Her dad's Armenian, something like that. Some Ukrainian people live here. Some, people from the Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, the Dastan countries, and not too many, but you meet some, This is Houston, right? We're in Houston, Texas. This is the Neftegazowy freaking capital of the world. Okay, so there's everybody here.
I saw like oil rigs in people's backyards when I was driving. I was like, "What?" It was so cool.
I can take you about 2 miles from here and show you like 3 or 4. Right?
It was just so like cool. I thought it was really cool because just
the ladno oil rig at the gas, right? And you don't even see that. It can be everywhere because it's just pipes underground.
It could be. I cannot tell the difference between like an oil rig and gas rig.
Well, there's no gas rigs after they're done drilling, right? Okay. So while they're drilling, yeah, I agree. It's just a big, вышка, бурит, там ковыряются, потом уезжают и остаются остается вот какие-то железяки.
Mm-hmm.
Вот тут железяки разные.
Yeah, I need to learn more about this stuff.
No, you don't.
I don't need
Not
it.
that interesting.
I don't need it, but actually, what I've noticed, a lot of people. I joined some translators, interpreters. I still don't kind of. It's the same thing to me. Community, Russian, English, English, Russian. And a lot of it, like a lot of them were working in the oil and gas industries, a lot of oil and gas terminology. And it's just like a different world. I've seen this word, but I have no idea how it applies here.
A lot of Americans get married in Kazakhstan or Sakhalin or, Nizhny, там где-то. And there's a lot of ladies here from those places, right? And a lot of kids that have an American dad and a Russian mom.
Okay.
Like my kid. I don't know what she's doing right now. Probably sleeping.
Using all that internet.
She's using all the damn data. Yeah.
Yeah, we need it. We need it for something important. Can you read the comments? I saw some of them were already.
I don't see any comments here.
Oh.
Может, если Sergey Sergeyev. It looks like they don't read the chat. They, Armenian, the best.
Armenian?
Vžuch. Armenians the best. You know where the Armenian people live, Andrei?
Yep, in LA and Boston.
And Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Они купили там Glendale или там какая-то.
Yeah, I have friends, Armenian friends. It's just amazing. You meet one person, a few weeks later, you know several people. A few months later, you know pretty much everyone in the area, and then you know some people in Boston and LA too. They're incredibly tight, like not tight. What's the word I'm looking for?
Andrei Yurievich.
Splachonny. What do you? Can you?
Splachonny. Splachonny. What is that?
It's like
a splav, like a compound.
No, tightly knit, maybe, but
integrated.
I wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe дружный is another word.
Yeah.
In Russian. But they're basically they all know each other. Not all know each other, but it's very...
This guy's asking me if I'm tired. Yeah, I look tired. Listen, we had a time change.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, we did. That created a lot of confusion. That time change thing is just amazing. But yeah, people will ask that sometimes.
Мои познания на идиомах начинаются на break a leg. Странно, конечно, это очень необычная вот эта такая фраза break a leg. Это как бы на удачу, да.
Ни пуха, ни пера из
Человек уходит там за кулисами, да, вот на сцену, выходит на сцену, говорят ему, окей, break a leg.
Like, okay, that sounds good.
Ну, это как ни пуха, ни пера, да, наверное.
Yeah, well, ни пуха, ни пера is also kind of not the first thing luck is not the first thing you would think of, but I'm trying to read I'm trying to go from top to bottom because
Somebody asked me when I was last in Russia. I left in 2008. So I've been gone for 13 years.
13 years.
I look like a Russian guy. I got a square head.
There was a comment there. Yeah, you just need the right haircut and the right facial expression.
That's why I look Russian. And I don't smile.
As long as you don't smile, yeah. Because that's how I get discovered.
No, I had a funny moment. I had a funny moment in Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk. I'm standing and it's I'm dressed up. I've got my tie, my suit, and I've got my palto. I'm looking, like I'm, Mr. Delavoy. And I come out of the hotel and I cross the street and it's just beginning to snow. Okay, just very lightly, just a few flakes, right? A little bit of snow powder. Maybe November, like right this time of year. And I go across the street and there's a kiosk. I go to the kiosk, I buy some juice. And the lady's selling me some juice. I'm karman za rublyami. And while I'm paying for it, this lady walks up. She's looking in the kiosk and she looks at me and she looks head to toe. And I got no hat on. Right. And because I'm only on the street for 5 minutes, right? I'm not going to die. It's not that cold. And so she looks at me and goes, you look like a very presentable, serious man. You look the part, but you wear no hat and it just ruins your look. I can't remember how she said it in Russian. It was funny. And I looked at her and she didn't know I was, знаешь, как открою рот, это понятно, что я какой-то не местный. Вот это явно дело. Смотрю на нее, говорю, знаете, допустим, если бы мы с вами были в Техасе, и все вокруг ходили в кабочках шляпах, все, вы бы тоже ходили в кабочках шляпе, чтобы не отличаться. Она смотрит на меня, молчит на секунду и говорит, понятно, я вас понял.
Понятно. Oh yeah, ковбойские шляпы.
No, everybody has the furry hats, right? And I don't have a furry hat, so I look like a jackass.
So you look too different. Where's your hat?
Where's your furry hat, you moron?
Yeah, well, speaking of Texas, it's like a lot of people do wear those hats, and what is that thing called? Not a tie, but does it have a special name? Like
a bolo tie.
Oh, all right. Yeah. A lot of people
like
wear
a string, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I used to wear that one. It's like Western wear. It's like a Western style. It's not just Texas. I mean, all the Western states you can find that, but Colorado, Montana, places like that, right?
It's not even the U.S. I see a lot of people from
Canada.
Central America, from Mexico, like
Guatemala had a neighbor. There's cowboys in Mexico. Oh, and Mexicans love cowboy stuff.
Mexico, I can believe, but Canada too? I didn't know.
Yeah. And the Mexicans here, you got to realize too that we are the minority in Texas. Texas was part of Mexico before, and буквально каждый второй тут мексиканец. Латинского происхождения, скажем так.
Yeah,
so most people here speak Spanish. Yep. English and Spanish are like почти. The official language is English. Пока. Right? The official language is still English, but probably more than half the people speak Spanish. If you want to get a job, you need to know Spanish.
Yeah, like Miami.
Like
it's
a
different
job
Spanish
that works with clients.
Mm-hmm. Miami. There's a lot of people from Cuba there, so it's a little different Spanish, but it's still, you have to know some Spanish if you want to live in. I don't know if it's all of Florida or just like major cities, but Miami definitely a lot of Spanish there. which is kind of cool. But in the north, we don't have that. Like French is not really enforced anywhere that I know of in the U.S. Like if you,
Louisiana,
they speak French,
they don't.
like Creole,
There's what they call Cajuns,
Mm-hmm.
and Cajuns is производное слово от слова Acadians. Acadians — это те, кого выгнали из Канады, ну, давно еще, там, 200 лет тому назад. Там были какие-то войны или какие-то несогласия.
In Canada.
In Canada.
Who knew?
И тех выгнали нафиг просто. И они уезжали куда-то там сюда на болото. Там недалеко от Нью-Орлеанс. Ну, самый-самый юг штата.
Mm-hmm.
And they did that because of the, they felt like, okay, there's lots of shellfish and, всякие раки, lobster и так далее, and then we can survive here, right? Just go out and catch what we need and survive.
Yeah.
And so
It's not cold and you don't freeze.
And it's not cold. Yeah. And they learned, они адаптировались, конечно. And there's not, you don't really see French speaking people there. But there are some very remote rural pockets where outsiders don't go, where they do speak a kind of funny version. It's not exactly French anymore. It's like a какой-то смесь.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never been there. I've been to Louisiana, but just passing by. I've never been to New Orleans, Mardi Gras, or none of that.
New Orleans is an interesting place. The French Quarter. It is a lot of history there. It's an interesting. I think everybody should go to New Orleans. It's a cool city. Maybe one day we'll drive over there. We'll do a stream in New Orleans.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat some of the local food.
Yeah. Oh no,
I've heard good things about it.
My God, there are so many great restaurants in New Orleans. Even the bad ones are good.
Okay. Yeah, that's it's definitely on my to visit list. New Orleans, kind of hot. Like I wouldn't want to live there just because of the climate, but it has a lot of like vibe. That city. Just everybody's talking about it. Everybody has something to tell about New Orleans. I think that's kind of cool. Good place to visit. I saw a question somewhere which you know what Stephen Krashen, who that is, or
no idea.
Input hypothesis. I'm not sure. Andrei is asking about it. Actually, yeah. Stephen Krashen. I
have
think
a friend
comprehensive.
Andrei Yurich. That's interesting. He is he's one of the. He's in Mintrans. He's in the Ministry of Transportation. A guy named Andrei Yurich, good friend of mine. We went to school together.
Is that the same?
He was a some of my the way that I got to Russia was I was an exchange student. Okay, and there was 3 or 4 kids that were from a small university in Vladivostok that came to University of Washington in Seattle. I'm from the Northwest. I'm not from Texas. I live here now.
Yeah, I said Oregon. I made a mistake.
No, we actually Washington lost to Oregon last night in football, and it.
Oh no!
Какая боль. Какая боль. I'm still in pain. Yeah. I hate those guys. No, but Oregon's a good state. Oregon and Washington are, very similar in a lot of ways.
Trying to remember the team. I guessed the Seahawks last time, but
no, the Seahawks is my professional team.
Yeah, I saw. There you go. Seahawks. So what's Oregon's? What do they have?
No, they don't have a professional team.
Oh.
I need Kolhozniki.
Right, like Austin doesn't have a professional team, so college
They have a
sports
college
are really
team.
big there.
No, my
Mhm.
daughter is applying to college right now, and I think хотя бы предварительно she is accepted to go to UT. So we'll see. Пойдет туда или
UT,
нет.
what is that?
University of Texas.
Texas.
Mhm.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Can I tell you about my experience in Russia? Maybe some fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, if I think of any, I mean, there's lots of fun stuff. I recently, you know what? Listen, if you're interested in that, I would recommend that you go to my channel and watch the most recent Friday Night Live stream. And I did a topic called What I Miss About Living in Russia. How would you translate that, Andrei? What I miss about... Чего не хватает?
Почему
Да?
That's a good
Поч-
that's a good question.
Почему скучаю, Марк, о жизни в России?
Yeah, I guess. Почему скучаю?
Скучать по... Нет, скучать почему или скучать по что?
Почему?
Я скучаю по борщику.
Okay.
Потому как бла-бла-бла, right?
Yeah. По борщику.
По борщику. Не, мне борщ тут полно.
Now I'm mixing in my Ukrainian too because
Супруга варит и варит. Так что when I don't eat soup, it's bad for me.
yeah, that's like
It's
eat
not,
your soup.
It's not good. Not a,
It's like-
not a есть soup. Eat your soup, boys and girls.
Yeah, I noticed that like in American culture, they always say like you need to have hot meals. Like that's important to have hot meals. But in our neck of the woods, they go past that, not past it, but like they even more
They
than
skip
it's
it.
not just
Пропускают.
well, not no. I
Надо
mean
есть первое.
they go even deeper into it. So it's not just hot meals, but it has to be like soups, something liquid.
Yeah. No, it's
You
good.
have-
It is good. It's a good custom, right? It's a healthy thing.
Yeah. Actually, there are not too many soups that I was used. I mean, now it's obviously I'm used to.
Не, я ел больше
diet,
щи. Я любил... Не, что... Ой, как это вот эта фигня называется?
Рассольник.
Рассольник. Ой.
Okay,
Рассольник это вещь.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Рассольник это жизнь.
With like pickles and stuff.
Yeah, man. But it has to be the right kind of pickles. It has to be like a kind of a... There's like a special kind, like some kind of малосоленый какая-то там что-то.
Малосольный.
Да,
Is
малосольный. Что я
Let me
сказал?
see.
Я стратил чуть-чуть.
You
Sorry.
got it. It's the same thing. Малосольный.
Малосольные огурцы. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought.
Вжух. Do you visit Russian restaurants in the U.S.? No.
There are not too many, actually. Maybe in New
There's
York.
some good ones in the Seattle area. Там да. Там можно. Там даже кабаки есть. Русские. Там Калинка на Первом Avenue. Там пирожки. Прямо вот на Pike Place Market. Мы были недавно. Houston, not really. I can't even think of one. There was maybe one and it closed.
We have one that is kind of new.
Так
It's not new.
русские только едят суши.
Так
что
а что русский ресторан? Наливай и пей, да?
Сразу к японцам и почти как в России.
Actually, yes, sushi is incredibly popular.
I think only Japan has more sushi places than Moscow.
That may be true. It's been a while since.
И то только
since I was in
чуть-чуть
Moscow.
больше.
But yeah, it's a lot of kind of sushi.
Я не знаю, как сейчас, правда. Вот это было 10-15 лет тому назад, как я последний раз
I don't
был.
think it's. I don't think that sushi's popularity has decreased since then. I think it would only.
I mean,
go
Russia
up.
has all the fish. Why would
Yeah.
it?
And the fish and
Yeah.
Japan is just there. It's
Mhm.
pretty much a
Соседи.
neighbor just all the way on the other end of the country, but it's still a neighboring state. So a lot of culture is
Мгм.
flowing over
Не,
the border.
паромы ходят прямо. Вот раньше паромы ходили с Сахалина вот на, как это, вот Хоккайдо, да, вот это северный остров у них.
Yeah, there are a lot of what do you want to say? What do you want to call it? The cars that they buy.
Oh my
The
God.
steering wheels on the right side.
Когда я жил в Приморском крае, когда мы там жили, вот, я не знаю, насколько это правда или нет, но якобы каждый 4-й человек работает в какой-то сфере, связанной с автомашинами из Японии.
Yeah.
Как лучше это, как это покрасивее, наверное, поставить?
No.
Like every fourth person has income that is somehow related to the import of used cars from Japan.
Yeah, it's a lot of transit, a lot of
And the cars go
going farther.
to Siberia and other cities, and they don't just stay in Primorsky Krai, but we had one. We had a Toyota. It was great. RAV4.
Равчик. Yeah.
For
Those are
the
cool.
last couple years, yeah.
A lot of crime. I mean, I'm just judging by the movies that they put out. Like a lot of crime has to do with this car imports and like on the roads they stop you.
There's a lot of crime that has to do with money.
Well, but the money
If
is
there's
in the cars.
money, there's crime.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, like, it's not just casinos and cars, right? It's metalolom. I mean, it's
anything. I think
anything.
That's why most people are in the crime business for money. It makes sense. Yeah, but with cars, it's like a lot of like road crimes and road crime. I don't know. Like people will just take your car, rob you of it, and then you walk back without the car, without the money.
One thing I'll say is that we do buy пельмени in the stores. И дома, просто дома варим и все. Кидаем там куриный бульон, черный перец.
I always buy гречка.
Life is good.
Гречка is, I know a spot where...
Yeah. Сами едите гречку, нет.
No?
Это не. Да, ну, супруга есть.
Guess it's a acquired taste.
Когда меня нет. Да.
I love it. But yeah, it's just nobody. People don't even know it. I say buckwheat.
Это вкус детства. Да, я понимаю, да.
Вкус детства.
Я люблю root beer. Ты пил root beer? Oh, I knew it. Russians hate root beer.
Yeah, I don't like it. Licorice,
like
anything.
Medicine.
Yeah.
Right? To you.
It tastes like pertusin.
I think it's great.
See, it's
my wife won't touch it. She hates it.
Вкус детства. You're right about that. At least borscht will kind of, borscht will unite us. Or some people, like I talk to a lot of people, if they've tried borscht, they don't mind. But yeah, гречка it's very difficult to sell it to Americans. I saw it at the Whole Foods once.
It's like what, buckwheat or something like that? Buckwheat.
Yeah, people don't even know what it is.
Раньше ели. Но это считался чуть не как cabbage, right? It's for like poor people.
Or like animal feed. It's a lot of, there's a lot of it in China, but apparently they don't eat it a lot. They just feed it to animals, but we love it. French do it. French make some pancakes with it too.
Do they?
French cuisine. I've heard. I've never had those pancakes, but that's the information that I have. I hope it's true. But yeah, but other than that, it's not very popular in the world for some reason. It's good. It has a lot of fiber and stuff. Whatever. It's healthy. Better than this stuff. I'm just having an energy drink because I want some energy.
Yeah.
Try not to drink this stuff unless I'm streaming.
Send out a link. Let me put out a link here. Where should I do that? I guess you can put it in the show notes when we get done. I want to put a link to the Friday Night Live episode.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll put it in the description. I guess it'll say. I'm hoping it will save the
Can I
stream.
put it in the comments? Как это делать? I don't think I can.
Oh, in this comment feed, I don't think something popped in the private chat. I think that came to me directly.
I put private chat.
Yeah.
Maybe it just came to you.
It did, I think. Alveolar or some. What is it important to learn a right alveolar consonants? I don't know what that is. Do you?
Sergey Sergeyev. I don't know what the hell that is. Let's see if I can Google it real fast.
I guess it's something with a like. Yeah, I don't know.
Relating to the bony, something to do with your teeth, different. No, I don't worry about that stuff. Just get close. Just do the best you can. There's going to be some sounds that you're just not going to do right.
Okay? It's true.
TH. The. This, that. That's difficult for Russians. It takes time.
Is that alveolar?
Никогда нет. Не очень даже. Some of, I mean, Andres was able to do. Andre, how did you learn some of the sounds?
Monkey see, monkey do. I don't know.
Monkey see, monkey do. You just had to get into
practice. There is one thing that I used to sound more. I don't even know how to call it. I don't want to say more like a native speaker because that wasn't true, but more American than I do now. And I had to kind of dial it back a little bit because my goal became just to be understood by the greatest number of people. Like I wanted Americans to understand me, British to understand me, Russians to understand me. So it's developed into my own personal accent, which is fine. Like if I see people don't understand me, I try to adjust and change something about it. But things that like enter or internet, a lot of times I used to be like internet, and now I try to pronounce the T in them just because, because it confused the hell out of me once when somebody just hit enter. Hit what? I didn't understand it. He said it too fast. I had a buddy.
Ну, глотаем, да, глотаем некоторые это consonants, да, вот эти звуки.
But I think what gave me the most trouble was the I and E or EA, EA, double E, that sound like E, like sheep and ship. That was
Ben, или bean.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Because I said it once at work. I was just a few months off the boat, and I said something at work in front of my manager and several other people, and I said that I needed a sheet of paper, but I didn't say it correctly.
You're starting to use some interesting idioms now. Off the boat. Explain what off the boat means.
Oh, like freshly arrived. Recent arrival. Yeah, like свеженький, только что приехавший. Yeah, something like that.
Gleb, привет.
Oh,
Gleb,
yeah. I need to scroll down. Not rules.
Спасибо, что зашли.
What exactly level English you have? I'm not sure who that question is. I hope it's not for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it's for me, then it's, okay level, comfortable level. It's never going to be great, but it's okay.
Numeral.
Is it important to? Okay, that's what Russian. Last time you answered that one. like your sense of humor. Okay, see, there you go.
А куда без sense of humor?
Yeah, you said you needed to get it back.
В России не жить
Yep.
без этого.
Experience in Russian, fun stuff. I think you told a few stories already. Visit Russian restaurants. Okay, answered that. Супы, русская еда. Okay, yeah, sushi is, it used to be really exotic. I remember sushi. The first time I tried it might have been in the US already, because I came here, it was still early 2000s. How do we call those years? Early 2000s? 2000s? It's
in the 2000s,
yeah, 1990s, and then what? Like 2020s now.
Yeah.
But I think I tried it for the first time in the US when I was already here. But yeah, sushi's been a cool buckwheat, cheaper, expensive. It's a lot more expensive than it is in Russia, of course, because they buy the same buckwheat, then they ship it, then they pay all the import dues, then they take it to the warehouse in Brooklyn, then from there they deliver it to the stores, and then they have 100% markup. So yeah, it'll cost you like $3 or $4 probably, at least $3.
Have you been to Brighton Beach?
Yeah, once or twice. I
Never
didn't
been.
stay there for a long time. It is interesting, but you know.
Знаешь, где вот как бы второй Brighton Beach?
В Нью-Йорке?
North Miami Beach.
Okay.
Андрей, это как Сочи.
I've been to Florida once.
Прямо в вывеске всякие знаки, там вот едешь, там смотришь магазин, там хлеб написано. Продукты. Думаешь, елки,
North Miami Beach?
Где я нахожусь? Не
go
сам Miami Beach, а вот надо вот к северу вот ехать. Сразу видно будет.
Make a note.
Yeah.
North Miami Beach. Beach. Yeah, my keyboard's acting up, but I think it's working now. We have like north of Baltimore, we have it's not as big as New York, as like Brighton, but there is a community of Russian speakers.
Yeah.
Reisterstown, Maryland, Pikesville, Maryland, I think.
Didn't know that.
There's a big community. I lived there for a while, and a lot of stores like Russian. We call them Russian, but it's like post-Soviet produce type, like stores where you can buy grechka.
Yeah, we have a few of them here in
a lot of
Houston.
Good ones
we
there.
Have there's maybe 4 or 5 maybe now Russian продуктовые. There's the Russian General Store, and there's some other ones. Arbat. No way. Какой-то есть. Arbat называется.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of them have European in the name. Like it's kind of like European delight or European something.
Ну, там есть и Polish products, Eastern European. Ну, зачем? И так очень узкий такой вот как бы фокус, да, вот ниша.
Yeah, I used to sell alcohol
немножко там пошире, вот если пишут европейский food store.
Yeah, some stuff from Poland. Yeah, I know one store. What is it called? Kielbasa Factory, I think.
Yeah.
It's Polish, but they have a lot of like Russian, Ukrainian, Moldovan stuff. I used to sell alcohol in this area from Eastern Europe. So I kind of knew this market really well. I knew what people drank, from like weirdest drinks from different countries, like Hungarian wine, the Tokai, I think it's called.
We go to a store that's more like a maybe almost Middle Eastern, and that's it's called Phoenicia, but it's got everything. It's got all your Polish and Eastern European and Russian and I pelmeny tam. No, but there's like 10 kinds of lavash, lepioshki.
Yeah, they sell Armenian lavash. That's my favorite.
There's a lot of Armenian, Azerbaijani stuff. I mean, it's basically, Greek, Turkish, that kind of food, right?
Yep, I just reposted your.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Sure. I forgot to. You couldn't do it, or is that what?
No, it won't let me do it. I'm not. I don't know.
But how come?
Maybe I'm just not very smart.
Is there a button? Something? I mean, I might have blocked you accidentally or something, but that wouldn't be fair.
No.
Everybody else can.
No.
Settings. Shift videos, audio, avatars, automatically add. Okay.
So I mean, I think your audience is mostly. I think you probably have different levels of English speakers. You have a lot. I mean, I'm just reading some of the questions, and obviously some of these guys speak pretty good English, and some of them are doing a little bit of Russian and different levels,
Yeah, not
so
everyone
you have kind
here.
of a full diapason, like a
Yeah,
kind of
because I'm all over the place because
all
I don't
over
know
the place,
myself
right?
what I'm doing. So it's like I'm trying to cater to everyone. So I will need to stop that because it's just you cannot please everybody or be useful to everybody. But I'm still trying to find my
Here's an
my
interesting one.
place.
This is from Artyom. I want Mark to explain the difference between danger and hazard. No, danger это опасность.
Hazard with like вредность. Maybe hazard is like built-in danger, something that you already expect something to happen.
I would say hazard is like опасновато. It's an опасный момент. Maybe.
Yeah, danger seems more sharp. Like I would say that hazard you expect, like something's hazard. Like
hazard is not safe.
Okay, and danger is, well, it's not safe too. But I think danger is more like abrupt or in your face kind of thing. That's a good question, Artyom. He knows how to ask this kind of questions.
Может быть, угроза.
Угроза чего-то.
Ugroza is really, it means threat, right?
Danger of something. Hazard.
I would say a hazard is like a
maybe
повышенный риск опасности. Повышен, может быть, повышенный уровень опасности.
Hazard is something.
It's a degree. It's a degree, right? A degree of danger.
Okay.
Like there's road hazards.
Okay.
Вот едешь, рулишь, и увидишь, там что-то там стоит, которое вообще не должен стоять на дороге. That's a hazard. That's a road hazard. It's a driving hazard.
Yeah. Like
hazardous conditions, like when it's rainy or snowy or foggy, плохо видно. Those are could be also dangerous conditions, but it's also hazardous conditions.
Yeah, hazardous loads or cargo, something.
Hazardous waste.
Materials.
Hazardous
waste.
Materials.
Maybe vred. Maybe vred is like something that's capable of causing harm, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll need to think.
Vred means harm.
Yeah, I know how to find Artyom. I'll get it. I'll get back to him on that.
No, Artyom, listen, that was a really good one. That's the kind of stuff that that I like. That's a fun discussion. I think it's useful because that's a good question. It's a good question.
Yeah, and you just need to select the right word, and sometimes one will work and the other will not, and you don't always know why. It's like I don't know. It just doesn't sound right. Or
I know a lot of words in Russian that I use, but I don't know what they mean in English.
cool. I have a lot of those in English in my passive vocabulary. I don't use them.
Like,
I just keep them. Like, I'll guess.
I can't think of a good
Can
example
you?
right now,
Mhm.
but I do have some.
Yeah, I have lots of those.
Edward,
Especially,
thanks for coming in. Spasibo.
yeah, Eduard. Hello. Yeah, Eduard is a subscriber of my channel. He also asks good questions, like writes comments. I remember Eduard. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, it's cool stuff. So, do you want to talk about sports? I think American sports are big. Or I don't know if you want to wrap it up. It's like been about an
I'm not
hour.
in
I
a
don't know
hurry.
how.
We got time. We've been here about 55 minutes. That's fine. The sports, I mean, yeah, I mean, I enjoy baseball. I really enjoy American football. That's my favorite. I do like basketball, but I don't like the NBA. I like college basketball. You know, I think it's more of a team sport at the college level. I think you need five good players, not just one. I mean, every team has one really, really good player, maybe two or three or four, but you know, the more I don't know, I just think it's a more interesting game to watch college basketball.
I don't. Is that
Yeah,
NCAA?
NCAA. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember there was some scandal that they didn't get paid, but they were playing at the professional level pretty much, but in a different league, so you don't get the money. There's a lot of
well, there was some video games that were making players that were, I mean, the like EA Sports and these guys, these video games weren't giving the money. They were using the likeness, the image of these actual kids, these players. Players aren't getting any money, right, from college. No one's paying them. You know, they're getting their education paid for. They're getting maybe some food. Yeah, Russians don't like baseball because it's not your sport. You don't understand. Actually,
I don't understand it.
kстати, вжух. Andre and I were talking about this last week. I was thinking about actually making a video that explains baseball in Russian.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
a
if
really
anybody
cool
would really
game.
watch it, but if anybody ever searched for it, I think they would find my video and it would be a good if I could just make a good one or even a bad one and then make it better.
I don't think there is a lot of stuff there, but I'm trying to understand
Nobody
baseball.
cares.
It's
Nobody would watch it. Probably two people would watch it.
it's growing on me, but slowly. But it is growing on me. So I want to understand baseball, but it's just a lot of complicated rules, which makes it cool. But you need to invest into understanding what's
Oh,
going on.
ну да, там игра внутри игры, right? And so there's the big game, and then there's the little matchup between the pitcher and the hitter, right? And what kind of pitch is Andre going to throw at me next? And you're trying to figure out, okay, because there's different types of to pitch at the padat, right? The pitcher подает мяч, the hitter там стоит сбитый, да, в руке, и он отбивает. And that is mostly the game. It's like 80% of the game is contained in those. And then the pitchers have different kind of особенности, and the hitters are good at different, exactly, you know, different types of pitches, fastball, curveball, where
Curveball.
the pitch kind of turns a little bit, or the slider, or a knuckleball, which goes really slow, right?
It's
And these
amazing
pitchers,
how
they
much
can throw fast, and then they can come in on the next pitch, they'll throw something slow, and they're trying to fool the hitter. They're trying to trick him. And so, but there's an entire science. There's a tamcelia dela, right? And so if you're not used to it, you don't really understand what you're looking at. Yes, of course you're not interested.
people are running, hitting. Yeah, it's.
You know,
I
you don't
had
know
an
what's
idea.
happening.
Now you reminded me. I had an idea to go over some baseball, like sports terminology in general, that's just made it into mainstream um, everyday language, because it's a lot of stuff from baseball, like the
Oh,
curveball,
you
for
can't go
example,
to a business meeting without some
or
kind of sports
touch
analogy.
base, or hit a home run, and it's just
Every job and every meeting, there's going to be some analogy to some sports.
yeah,
So
football,
it was a
baseball.
home run.
Yeah,
And half of the room, if people didn't grow up in America, they don't know what the hell's a home run.
yeah, that happened to me.
I guess it's good. It sounds like it's good.
Yeah, home, but touch base. Let's touch base tomorrow. I'm like, let's touch what?
Let's touch what?
Why? Yes, okay. Yeah, it's just, or it was in one of the вот это английский videos. There was somebody said something about the second base, and it was, yeah, like that's from baseball, first base, second base, and I tried to explain it in a like decent language, and
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, we don't want that on our channel.
Yeah, but that's
Wait till you get to third base. That's really good.
Yeah, it's all those bases. Yeah, the more the better. But yeah, a lot of terminology. So I was thinking of just creating some video on sports terminology. What's bendy? Did you hear about bendy?
What is bendy? I don't know.
It's just one of the recent comments from Eduard.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know what that meant.
Bendy. Yeah.
No, I was I also, I guess from the sports that, hockey is, I don't watch very much hockey. Seattle has a hockey team now. It's a new one. Just
What are
this
they
year called the Kraken.
Never heard.
like
That's
it's kind
this
of
year?
like a sea monster, right?
I mean, yeah, Kraken. I've heard of Kraken, but never heard of the team.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
it's new, and so I haven't watched him play. I'm not a big hockey fan, but yeah, no, hockey's cool. I can appreciate it because you have to skate, right? It's not just whack each other with sticks. You have to get good at skating, and there's a lot of strategy.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
The
no,
sport,
I
the
like
skill.
I like I like to watch World Cup, like during World Cup. Like I was telling Andre that one of my favorite memories about living in Moscow was World Cup. Those times during the summer and there's so many foreigners there in Moscow. And if you're not from Moscow, you may not relate to this, but there's a lot of people that are from all the different countries working there. And so you go to a bar to watch your game, to watch the American team play somebody, maybe it starts at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, but you go early and you see there's the Belgians are gathered and they're watching the game against somebody, I don't know, the Portuguese or the Brazilians or the Argentines or somebody, Mexico. And then there's those people are there, and then the Canadians come in, and the Italians are there, and then the French and all the Germans are there. Everybody kind of comes and goes, and it's like this little mini UN. It's like this little world community that's drinking beer and watching football, European football.
Yeah, that's how Greeks or Romans, I think Greeks used to say. I've never heard that expression in English. I'm sure it exists because it was originally in Greek, I think. But like "o sport de mir," like "oh sports." Actually, I don't know how to translate it because sports. It gets a little tricky there, but it's like your peace, not mere world, but peace.
Yeah,
like basically
I don't know.
the sport.
I just have really good memories of it was fun. People, you could kind of skip a little bit of work and go early and goof off for half a day, and it was like a little mini Prosnick, and it was good. It was good. It was good times. I wish I could do that again. Maybe before I'm an old dead guy, I could go back and spend 3 weeks in Moscow and just hang out and drink beer and watch World Cup football. That would be fun.
I
would go
lived in
back.
Kiev for 2 years.
I would go back to that.
After I did go back. It was amazing.
Андрей Юрьевич спрашивает. Андрей, слушайте англомузыку.
Of
Mark,
course, куда
слушайте
деваться?
ру-музыку. A little bit. No, Andrei, you go first.
I do, but I never. Actually, I think that in the US, I mean, movie industry is movies. It's huge. Hollywood and all that. It's just all over the world. Everybody's watching American movies. I think that's fair enough because Hollywood puts out a lot of good stuff. Music too, but I think that situation like in the world, there is a lot of beautiful music elsewhere that we never hear in the US, for example. Because with movies, it's just there are great movies too, but there's not so many of them because they just cannot, create these volumes like so many good movies every year. It's very hard to make.
We're starting to watch Russian movies here in America. Actually, on Netflix.
Which I watched something about
Major. We watched that, and there was another one.
Write down.
About there's with subtitles, obviously, and the translations are really quite good. I thought, not perfect.
Netflix.
I mean, they're not 100% perfect. I could do them better. Well, maybe I could do them worse, but
it's a lot of work, though. I tried, and then I was like, okay, translate a minute of something.
It's not 100% perfect, right? You have to use your own judgment in so many cases.
It's stressful.
Mark, I don't listen to Russian music that much. I loved Mumi Troll, Zemfira.
Good music.
If you watch the video for Vladivostok 2000, Vladivostok, I was there. I was at that concert. My wife and I were there.
I was at their concert when they were here.
Oh, really?
In Washington, yeah, because I was still in the alcohol industry, and but I was a part of it, but I wasn't really doing much there. But I had a chance to, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did this concert right on the beach in the middle of the town or in the city, and they actually came in a boat onto the stage. Nice. The stage was over water, and the seating was kind of on this cliff. And and you see it in the video. It's really cool. Great show. God, those guys do a good job.
I mean, I love their music. I don't understand their lyrics. I think a lot of it is sometimes almost
about drug
gibberish.
Yeah.
But the music.
Ожерелье Golik Pope, right? What the hell is that?
Lampochka.
Lampochka.
Random word generator, yeah.
Exactly. I love that. Yeah, that's
But yeah, music, like the melody, the rhythm, I think that really, like, you want to dance. You listen to it, you're like, okay, I'll dance.
Yeah, no, it has a certain drive, right?
And, awesome. Yes, I think I didn't answer the
question. Had some good ones.
Yeah, they're more like lyrical.
Nash Brat.
More on the sad side of things. They're like,
right,
I'll make you think about stuff. And those are cool. But so, Andrei, I do listen to English language music. I guess a lot of American music. I mean, obviously in America, there's a lot of American music. So what I'm thinking is that there's not enough of good music that's coming from elsewhere. I think we should have more international music in the US. That's why I mentioned movies, because movies, I think the situation is fair because Hollywood really dominates the world as far as movies. But music, everybody makes good music.
I think that's changing, though.
Which is fine, but I mean, in the
Hollywood
music
has
world,
the money. Hollywood has the
Yeah, I'm not
promotional
saying
power to put the money behind it.
money, influence, power, infrastructure. You have places to shoot. You have actors who are already famous. So yeah, that's okay. But like French music, for example, nobody in America knows anything about French music, and it's beautiful. So I like it. But I mean, American music is also good. I used to listen to a lot of rap before because it was cool, and I wanted to be a gangster. And I don't want to be a gangster anymore. But I listen to rap just for the beats, just for the rhythm. I don't listen
there's
to the
some
lyrics,
talented
but
guys that are in that genre, right? Yeah, I don't like it. It's not my thing. I don't really relate to it. But I'm an old guy.
I mean, the beat, the bass, but yeah,
Right.
I got into an argument with someone who's like, oh, rap is, it's it's philosophy. And I'm like, yeah, I like the beats. I like the bass. I listen to rap music. He's like, no, you have to understand what they rap about. I'm like, yeah, no. He was mad at me for that. Bandy, Russian hockey. I'm not, still don't know what that is. Bandy. Wasn't it like a serial killer whose name was Bandy or Bunty? I'm not. I don't think that's it. Epidemia. I've never seen that one. I don't know if. I mean, Andrei can. We can talk to you later. Maybe you can recommend some good
Was he
movies.
talking about a movie or Andrei at the epidemia at the Bull Kino? Wait.
Or
There
like
was one about
series.
yeah. Video. I think they called it something different on Netflix. They called it like To the Lake or something like that. And it was about it was some kind of epidemic had started and they were trying to escape from a big city. I can't remember, maybe St. Petersburg. And it was shot like in Karelia somewhere.
That may be that one. I can get more information on it from Andrei Yurevich.
And I think maybe in Russian it was called Epidemia. Is that what you were talking about, Andrei Yurevich?
Netflix serial. Okay.
And
it's in Russian?
Epidemia at the Netflix. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, I did see that one. Жуткий, конечно, film.
I don't know if
it was good. It was like a series. To the Lake. Yes. Видел.
Write it down. Okay. And that's in Russian?
Yeah, it has subtitles, of course.
I can watch Russian movies without subtitles most of the time.
You know what? And here's the thing. Когда я жил в России, мне бесило вот это вот. Вот когда один язык присутствует, и потом просто записывает прямо сверху. I know both languages. I know English, I know Russian. And the guy starts to say, well, Andre, let's go. And then the Russian starts.
Yeah, it irritates the hell out of me now.
Мозги просто, знаешь, вот они должны переключаться с одного языка на второй и обратно.
Yeah, I have the same problem. I don't understand anything. Yeah.
Получается шум. Ни первый, ни второй.
Yeah, exactly. That's a familiar thing.
I just really didn't watch movies in Russian when I lived in Russia because they were that shitty crap goblin bullshit перевод where they just просто переписал сверху.
Yeah.
Now,
sometimes they dub it
was
completely.
A good translation and you could turn off the English and just watch the Russian subtitles. No, ladna.
Yeah.
But I need one language. I can't do two at the same time.
I agree with you there. Yep. Even with Russian subtitles now, if I watch something in English with Russian subtitles, I'll get distracted just reading it because I need to construct it in a different way, right? Like grammar is different. So you start reading from this word, but in the original, that word is farther down in the sentence. And it's like...
the word order is different.
Too much to handle.
Right.
Yeah, it gets crazy. I really like music that Andre listens to. Okay. Yay. Do we have friends from Germany or you or I? That's a good question. I don't know if I do.
A
I mean,
couple.
I've met people
Only
from
a couple.
Germany.
I used to work with some people that were from Germany, but I haven't seen them in a long time.
That's an interesting question, though.
Mhm.
Like Germany, they speak English. Like they speak a lot of English in Germany. I was
Oh,
surprised.
they speak it better
first
than
time.
we do.
It's just like, whoa.
They teach it
really?
at school, like from like 5 years old, right?
Yeah, you don't have to look for someone who speaks English. They'll just they're comfortable and they speak well, and it's like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
For some
Well,
reason.
they teach it when they're young, right? And when little kids can learn English without any they just naturally start speaking it, right?
Yeah, it's the first language that gets you wired for that. I mean, there was some
Noche.
See you, the pleasure to be here. Whatever, just to be our slash sleeping. All
детстве.
right, спасибо, Эдуард.
Ночи.
Nighty night.
Right.
Да. Спасибо, увидимся позже.
Настя, когда маленькая была, вот я пытался на английском с ней говорить. И она просто, иногда получалось, иногда не очень. Но были такие моменты, как, супруга спала, и Настя будет. Настя ходит туда, в квартире. Мы в Москве живем. Она туда, там, мешает маме спать. Я говорю, Настя, mama's sleeping. Mama's sleeping. Она говорит, не, она злится. Не, мама не sleepy. Мама Света. Типа меня я как бы обзывал, да, вот.
Да. Дети. Hello, Андрей. Откуда он? Марк этот. Well, sorry about that.
Андрей, откуда он?
Этот. Mark is the United States of America, from state of Washington. Seattle,
But I live in
right?
Texas.
Seattle, and lives in Texas. I wanted to ask you one thing. We didn't discuss it in depth. I think I mentioned, but maybe, do you want to? I mean, if you want to, recommend any, maybe even YouTube channels for people, other YouTube channels for people that can help them learn English, or anything online.
Kirill's English.
I remember, yeah, we
Kirill,
we were
so
both
good.
impressed. Yeah.
Иван, естественно. Вот это английский. Иван. That guy's brilliant. That guy's just so brilliant. He's so good. Yeah. Kirill's English and вот это английский.
Yeah, Kirill's
это
English.
Надо смотреть.
That dude knows his stuff. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if he's very popular because I don't see him a lot. Like he has a lot of. I don't even know how many subscribers he has, but
Кирилл
I
растет.
think he should have more.
Да, он поменьше, он растет, наверное, быстрее, чем другие. Он растет. Yeah, Kirill's the man. That guy's good.
And that the stuff that he's given you is useful. It's not like he doesn't just grab something random, something clickbaity. Like, don't say this or never say thank you. Always say something else. Like,
yeah, he's not the guy that's doing the YouTube face.
Yeah, he's always, because sometimes it's like, never say this. It's like, okay, never say thank you. Got it. Don't you dare say thank you or okay. Never say okay. Like, okay. But sometimes I see his like a YouTube.
Who is the kid? Listen, who's the kid in San Diego? We were talking about him.
San Diego.
Tipo polyglot такой вот.
Yeah, like Americanets, this and that.
Yeah.
Watching. I don't know. I saw his videos, but I'm not subscribed to his channel, so I'm not really sure. I see a lot of his videos just randomly.
Yeah, he kind of started as an education channel, and he sort of changed, maybe transformed into more of an entertainment channel. It's good.
Do you know this guy Venya Pak?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know how good his English is because I haven't heard him
Venya
speak.
Pak, and then the lady out there in California,
Marina, is that
Marina
like
Magilko.
they're together kind
Yeah.
of they're in some way
Yeah, well,
not related. But
they like to promote their 8-hour, как это называется?
marathon. I don't know.
Marathon.
I mean that part, okay, but I'm just impressed with his pronunciation. Like I don't even know if I would be able to tell.
He lives in California, Andrei. Чё
Yeah,
быть
but
impressed? Чё тут это?
still,
He lives there for. I mean, забросишь меня в Москву, я тоже буду как вжух через 2 года, right? I mean, it's gonna be. He just lived there for a long time. Now, let's be fair. Let's be fair. He does know English. It's not bullshit. He really has studied, and he knows all the little kind of tonkasti, right? And he can explain it. He's very talented kid. He's good.
yeah, he writes
He's
music and everything. But yeah, I mean, I can at least compliment him on that he's talented. Yeah, that's for sure. What's Luke's English? Luke's English.
No.
Who's that?
Let's look. Luke, I am your father.
I am your father.
Кто понял шутку?
Yeah, you beat me to it. Sorry.
Luke, чеснок,
Чеснок.
мужик. Comedy Club. Кто любит Comedy Club?
Russian Comedy Club.
Oh my God, those guys are so funny. Bulldog, Harlamov, Иван Rodriguez, как там, или как его? Rodriguez был какой-то.
There are some new wave like stand-uppers. They're like really
I
funny
remember
guys.
the old guys. I remember,
I just don't know their names.
Mark, не думали объяснять английский для intermediate ребят не на русском, а просто простыми словами Yes, that's what I do on Fridays.
It's not the easiest task, but yeah,
I do it on Fridays. I do my channel on Mondays. Well, раньше у меня были 3 видео в неделю, сейчас нет. I do Friday in English, в основном. Friday Night Live. And I just talk.
Right? Oh yeah, I learned. I already told you that, but I think I should share with our audience here that I learned a few things from your streams and from your videos too. The kitty corner was one. The ticker, something else too. So it's just, I guess it's useful for everyone. Even if you have like advanced level, you still find things that you will find useful. Find things that
Let's
you can
smoke and learn English more efficaciously. Dude, I don't know what the hell efficacious means.
Efficacy. Again, efficacy. Yeah, it's
Dmitry, закрой словарь.
And you have to smoke. You have to. Is it efficacy or No, it's not efficacy. It's efficacy.
Efficaciously.
Yeah, sometimes I don't memorize words. But yeah, that's
Luke's English podcast. Listen, you should listen to podcasts. Here's the thing. I made a video on my channel about how to learn English for free. And there was like, maybe, I don't remember, 13 tips. Не помню. Неважно. But one of them was use your dead time. Use your dead time. Если ты едешь на работу, или даже так, ездишь туда и сюда, стоишь там в метро, сидишь в автобусе, там сидишь в трафике, тупишь, включайте подкаст. Включайте какое-то вот содержание английское, контент. Не теряйте это время зря.
Just
Don't
some
do it.
people say
Use it.
it's.
Use it. Make that your English time.
I did that too. I was delivering pizza and just listening to a local news radio. WTOP is an excellent radio station, actually. If you like, it's online for everybody.
You
Кто
listen
хочет
to
слушать.
NPR. Listen to
NPR.
NPR.
Ну, а то оно местное, там еще и там traffic and weather, and it's like you
Mhm.
feel like you're local, but they have an online player, and you can just play that Washington, D.C. news station, and these guys, they speak clearly, they use interesting vocabulary. And I would just listen to, like, delivering pizza, just listening to the news radio instead of music. And it actually gave me a confidence boost at one point when they said something and I didn't understand the word. I was like, what the hell is this? And the lady called in and they started talking. And so what do you think about this? And she's like, what do you mean? I don't know what that word means. I was like, yes, I'm not alone. So yeah, just listening to stuff, even if you don't understand, there's like people's tone of voice, like where they stop, where they slow down, where they speed up. It's even if you don't understand, it's still useful, I think, just to hear the flow, like the speech.
You need to fill your mind with it.
Ups
too.
and downs. Yes, like, oh, I've heard that word. I don't understand, but I've heard it.
Уши привыкают со временем.
So I think it's useful, even if you don't understand. I mean, it's English, Just listen to. You don't have to understand. You didn't understand yesterday, so don't try to kill yourself.
It's like a skill, right? You need to learn that it's okay if you don't get every word. It doesn't mean you're stupid.
Sure.
You're not going to get every word. Today you get 10%. Tomorrow you get 15%.
Yeah,
that's great. That's huge progress.
I run into these problems every day. I watch like Star Trek. There's always one or two words that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what it means. I need to go and look it up, which is no problem. I still understand what they talk about, like the general idea, or like efficaciously. Like if I needed to look it up, I would go and look it up.
Dimitri's offended.
Offended? Why? No, Dmitri's I know him personally. Well, I don't think he's really offended, but
I hope.
Oh, the because of the the dictionary.
He knows bigger words than we know.
Yeah,
Dimitri, you can't listen. Listen, bud, you can't come on the guy's podcast and then show us up, right? You can't like be using words in English that we don't even know.
Yeah, ourselves. make sure you use the words that we know.
You have to make us look good if you're going to come on here.
Yeah, but
no, we know you're joking. We know.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah. Where do you live, Dimitri? Tell us where you live. Are you in Russia or are you here in the U.S. or somewhere, Canada? Where are you? Oh, now we're all going to wait.
Yeah. Олеся, is that where? Yeah, про Люки твой отец.
Олеся, привет. Спасибо,
your Russian's better than mine. Okay.
Ну, это нет.
And Олеся, yeah, привет. Thank
Ukraine.
you for joining
Woo!
us. Yay. Земля. Oh, how do you say I don't think there is a word for it.
Homeboy.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that.
But I mean,
it's not
that's
really a good. Zemlyak is like
Zemlyak and tezka. I don't think there are.
Yeah, you have to describe it. There's not like a good word for it.
Compatriot. I don't know. My countryman. I don't know.
You have to say, "Oh, we're from the same city," or "We're from the same state,"
or "We have the same name." If
or
it's
he's my Ukraine buddy. You know, if you're from the same country, then you can say he's my fellow countryman. but that's really kind of
my homie. If you're from the same
homie,
neighborhood
my
or city.
homeboy, my
Yeah.
homeboy.
But there are ways to go around it, because there are some words that exist in Russian but don't exist in English, and vice versa. It's okay, if you have to say 3 words instead of 1, that's usually not a big
Sometimes it's
deal.
5 or 6 words instead of 1.
Sometimes it's a sentence, but
Yeah.
Odessa, shout out for Odessa. Odessa mama. They say that's the Soviet gangster culture. That's like what we had instead of rap music. That it came from there.
Right.
Odessa mama.
Right. It's like Detroit or something.
Yeah. Detroit papa. Odessa mama. Rostov papa, they say.
Yeah. No, I don't know. We have a lot of music. Detroit, for people that don't know, Detroit is Motown, right? And Motown is Motor Town. Моторный город. Потому что машиностроение отсюда.
GM
Ford,
is there, Chrysler, Ford, yeah.
And so Motown music is a record label that was for black artists, right? Michael Jackson, all those guys, right? And probably a lot of them that, maybe you haven't heard of many of them, but, Motown became big in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. And that's where a lot of rock and roll comes from. And rock and roll comes from like gospel music, from church, from American blues, American church music, American blues, and then it kind of these different rhythms and these different beats and these different and that kind of found its way into rock and roll music. And so we should have a drink together. It's too early. We are having a drink together. We're drinking coffee.
Yeah, I drank that energy drink.
You drink your energy drink.
Switch
what do you
to
got
water.
You got your chai. Water?
That's water. That's just water. But yeah, I got enough. Yeah, we're
Yeah. Столько не платите, чтобы пить с русскими. У вас бабок столько нет. Чтобы печень реабилитировать. Как rehabilitate мой печень.
Yeah, it's a dangerous.
Это мой печень или моя печень?
Моя.
Блин. Мою печень. Свою печень. Еще хуже. Вот видите?
I don't know how people
теряю
learn Russian.
навыки прямо на глазах.
Russian is crazy. I notice something that when I write something in like one way and I need to correct my sentence, not correct, but like change it a little bit. In English, I have to go and change the words in like 1 or 2 or 3 places. But if I do the same thing in Russian, I have to go and change it in like 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, like more places.
Реабилитировать. Я постараюсь реабилитироваться в ваших глазах.
What are some of the most difficult words for you to pronounce in Russian, or like if you can think of anything?
Шнир.
Шнырь? Is that?
Шнир. Я не могу. Меня жена просто... Она просто смеется надо мной. Специально.
Yeah, well, I guess she knows.
Шнир.
So, is sh, those sounds are, sh and Шныр. And r, that's another, like the мягкий знак is crazy too.
Can't do the R.
Шныр. Well, it is difficult. Yeah, for me it's a and like a, letter A and letter E. Like those like I still struggle sometimes, like leather and lather or something like that. It's like leather, lather, later.
First, right? First. Не. Там нету yo. Там First.
burn,
Burn.
or like
Bjorn.
butter.
Bjorn. Нет, там нету yo.
Bjorn. Yeah, I remember. I still struggle a little bit, but I used to struggle a lot. Mirror.
Mirror.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's still difficult.
Mirror
And
or-
ladder, I couldn't pronounce ladder because people would think I was saying leather. Like, I need a leather.
Мягкий знак это просто это чтобы шпионов не было в вашей стране.
Поляныцы.
Это просто невозможно. Сразу.
Yeah, like re, le. Well, le, okay, Spanish has le. But re,
Yeah.
gi, I guess. Is there? I don't think it's mягкий знак. Well, di, bi. No, yeah, come to think of it, it's oof. I don't
killer
even know
feature.
where I would begin to teach Russian. It's just падежи. I mean, I'm not saying English is easier, but
Strategy are pretty cool.
for
I
me, it
didn't
was-
mind that. I mean, you have to get used to it. I like that there's no articles. That makes it easy. The articles are a little bit tricky.
but there are what are they
Rяба.
called? Genders. I
Kurishka
think?
rяба.
Rяба. Oh yeah, rяба is
Rяба.
rяба.
Kurishka
Oh, see,
rяба.
rяба.
I remember that.
Rяба is you got
I
it.
remember Kurishka rяба. But you know what's interesting is when you have kids in Russia, there's certain things that you know what I mean. It's one thing to go to Russia and stay in the hotel, drink vodka, buy a T-shirt and some matryoshki, and then go home, right? Это обычный американец, right? Может посетить Россию, посмотрел, полазил, вот Красная там площадь, все дела, уехал домой. But when you like do interesting things is when you really get into the life of living in Russia, right? Was when you like talking to people on the street that you don't know or getting a haircut. We'll probably get a haircut in English.
Да, подровняй. Вам косые виски или...
Вам сколько вот? And
Немножко
then you get, you know, you feel глубже и глубже, and pretty soon you're getting married, and you have like all these weird wedding things going on, these crazy traditions, you know, украли невесту, что за фигня? What the hell's going on here?
There's been a
Что
kidnapping.
значит украли?
Yes.
You know how much money I fucking paid for this?
Украли.
Bring her back. Right? Вот настолько коррупция заложена у вас в стране,
That
что
it's
прямо вот на свадьбах вот присутствует. Украли невесту. И потом
and you do
выкуп.
have to pay money.
Главный
Yeah,
выкуп.
yeah, exactly. You have to pay ransom. Yep.
That's fun. And then you got the chleb and the sol, and you got all this other stuff, and you know, it's cool. If you go to a wedding and you get to see that. Now, if you're actually in the wedding, then you know, here's what you do. You have to have a good friend to help you. Okay, my good friend was named Alexei. Alexei, probably not watching this. I don't know where he is. He might be in St. Petersburg. He might be in Vladivostok. I'm not sure. He was my friend from college. Okay. Yeah, стажировался. And we became friends. We had maybe 2 classes together, maybe 3. Okay. And he was like my best man. Как будет best man?
Свидетель is sometimes
What?
the equivalent, but
Свидетель. That's
but-
what he was. He was that. He was my свидетель.
it's...
And he kind of showed me what to do. Like, okay, we're going to go knock on the door. We've got to give him some money or something. I don't know. I mean, there's something. And then we're going to take some pictures. And we had to drive around and take pictures. Вот я помню, это было долго. Ехали. Где
Yes,
фотились?
fountains.
Фотились там.
Has to be some
Вот
fountains.
памятники. Вообще. And it was cold. It was the beginning of October. It was already getting cold. It was a little bit rainy too. And yeah, no, this like how deep do you want to go in learning a foreign language, right? You can really do, and then your kid shows up. Then you have kids, and then you start learning all this new stuff. You know, Kurushka Ryaba,
Yeah.
Crocodile Gina,
Peppa Pig. Crocodile.
What's the little guy?
Чебурашка.
Чебурашка.
Yeah, gotta know Чебурашка.
Гена работал в зоопарке. Крокодилом.
I don't remember that part. See,
You don't remember that part?
Заработал в зоопарке
Нет,
крокодилом.
Геннадий работал в зоопарке. Кем?
Крокодилом. Well, that makes sense.
Crocodile Gena.
А ну погоди, well, that was.
Ну погоди. No.
Yeah, those I watched Peppa Pig. Just I'm a grown ass man watching Peppa Pig.
Hey, listen,
cool.
my daughter, we got like появилось кабельное телевидение, вот как бы под конец, right? Мы жили на Дальнем Востоке. И Настя начала смотреть Спанч Боб, Губка Боб.
Mm-hmm.
Я вам всем говорю, что она выучила английский от Губкова Боба. От Губки Боба. Gubka Bob. When we moved here in 2008, she was just little, very little. And when she came to America, she walked into the house and she turned on the TV. And we started looking through the TV channels for something that she wanted to watch. Настя, что будем смотреть? Естественно, остаемся на Губка Bob. We're watching SpongeBob. But now she's not, because she needed something familiar. Что-то нужно было знакомое. Right? So she feels at home. Oh, I know this. Сидим, смотрим мультики. And I think she learned English from SpongeBob.
Is that what they call it? Is that how they translate Gubka Bob? It sounds like some kebab. Some shish kebab, Gubka Bob.
They probably just say SpongeBob, but
SquarePants.
I don't know. Ну, не знаю, но народ, может быть, помнит, но уже, наверное, не показывают.
SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot of it. I need to.
Ну, дурацкий мультик, на самом деле.
I would love it.
Мультик.
I love дурацкий stuff. Yeah, or like the under. I think I would love that one.
Mr. Crab.
Mr. Crab. Yeah, I don't know any of them. I mean, I've seen those characters.
Жадный Mr. Crab, да.
Oh, they're like the squid or their boss or something.
No, Mr. Crab was the guy that ran the restaurant.
Mm. See, I need to watch
Губка Bob. Губка Bob живет до сих пор.
Yeah, Gubka.
И пользуется популярностью,
И так сойдет. Yeah, that was about some. I remember that phrase. I don't remember what that cartoon is, but I remember и так сойдет. Like somebody was just half-assing things. I don't know how to say it in a more polite botching thing.
Good enough.
How do you? Yeah. But how do you say that? Like to do a half-assed job, how would you say it in a polite manner? Like to
do a lackluster job.
Subpar job. Yeah, but
to do a crummy job, to be lazy.
Crummy. I didn't know that one. Crummy.
Okay,
yeah. That's cool. See,
Jalky.
Being schooled today.
The Simpsons are great. Yeah.
Simpsons, yeah. Многие русские дети, да, Симпсонов. Yeah, Simpsons. I mean, they're popular all over the world, I think. Губка Боб, квадратные штаны. I mean, that's what it is. SpongeBob SquarePants.
He lives in a pineapple under the sea.
I don't even know the theme song. Oh man, I'm so far behind. I need to watch my SpongeBob. That's
You
for
don't.
sure.
No.
I would like it. I like
Well,
stupid things. I think I would, yeah. But I met a not met. Okay, how do I say it without um, giving away the? I knew someone, and she really liked SpongeBob cartoons.
okay.
It was, but I didn't. I was like, I don't watch it. But I mean, the pictures are everywhere. You know what SpongeBob looks like, but I have not seen a complete episode.
No, тупой очень мультик просто. Ну,
That's
слов
great.
нет. Ну, да.
Tupой
Ну,
is
это же
no problem.
для детей.
It helps you learn English, though.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, this was, I mean, it could have been any cartoon. It just was that age where she needed something that she recognized, and that was it.
Yeah, I know that.
You know,
PJ
from
Masks. No. PJ Masks. PJ Masks. The song goes like masks, and they just say this sound like masks. PJ Masks. I remember that one. Somebody was watching with their kids. I was like, "Ooh, PJ Masks. Okay, that's I need to know the new stars. Paw Patrol.
New Pagadi. Yeah, we watched a little bit of that.
New Pagadi is great. I think.
Oh, Smishadiki. We watched a
Smishadiki.
lot of Smishadiki. That was
Smishadiki.
our thing
I've heard of that
when we
show
were
cartoon.
there.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen it. Something about Masha. That was
Well, they all had
popular.
names. They had different colors. There were these little round circles.
Smishadiki. Okay, like Pokemon or something.
Kinda, yeah.
Kapitana Vrungele. Yeah, that's. I mean that. Yeah. It may not even be so much for the kids, because as an adult, I enjoy that cartoon. I watched it maybe a year ago. Just rewatched it. Про Капитана Врунгеля. Яхта. Беда. Как вы яхту назовете, так она и поплывет. Yeah, there was do you know that, Капитан Врунгель? No?
Don't know that one.
It's
Maybe I heard of it. I just don't
Soviet
remember
classic. Помощник Лом. Капитан Врунгель.
Помощник Лом.
Yeah, there was a spy or like a big gangster. There was like an American theme there too, like American gangsters of the like Roaring 20s style. It was cool. I mean, it was not like offensive. Yeah, Победа, беда. Yeah, Masha и Медведь. Yeah, I think that's the cartoon that I was talking about.
Победа.
Победа. Yeah, they named the boat Победа, and when they were trying to kind of take it to how do you say that when you take it from the ground to water? How do to moor? What's the word? What's the term when you take your boat on the water? I guess you take your boat on the water.
You launch it?
Yeah, I guess launch would be appropriate. So when they launched it, something
Спускать, ну, launch это спускать на воду.
Yeah. Спустили на воду. Yeah, launched it. And the two letters fell off. So from Победа it became Beda. And that's what it was for the entire, like for the remainder of the cartoon is like the yacht named Beda. And he sang a little song like "Как вы яхту назовете, так она и поплывет." So he named it Победа, and then those two letters fell off. It's like, okay, this is a good start.
That is funny.
It was a great cartoon. I liked it a lot. Смешарики показывают в 60 странах, перевели на 15 языков. All right, that's awesome. But is it Russian originally? Because I don't even know what Smishadiki
I don't know if it's Russian or Ukrainian. I think, I mean, it could be from somewhere.
But original language is Russian, yeah?
You know,
Смешарики.
Дядя Google покажет.
Смешарики. Well, Смешарики is a cool name too. Like Шарики, Смешарики, I mean, that play on words. St. Petersburg. Okay. Cool. Vžuch has already Googled it for or Смешарики.
Wikipedia. Balloon Tunes.
Balloon Tunes?
A Russian animated television series consisting of 209 episodes of 6 minutes and 30 seconds each. The series uses flash animation.
Wow, okay.
Kikoriki.
Kikorik?
Right. Known in the United States as Gogoriki or Balloon Tunes.
Balloon Tunes, okay.
Premiered in Russia on May 17th, 2004. Its Russian name, Smeshariki, is based on the words funny and little balls.
Maybe balloons.
Little balls, yeah, little balls. Это как-то некрасиво.
That's not a kid's cartoon.
Немножко не то. Little balloons, right.
But Sharik is more like a balloon. It's still, because magic would, Sharik, you assume it's
so
lighter.
It is from Russia.
Right. Yeah. Vžuch wrote it that they make it in St. Petersburg.
Okay.
Добрый. Okay. Maybe I'll watch Смешарики too. Yep. Exactly. That's my telegram.
Кто знает такой мультик? It's about this girl, and it's kind of funny. It's not really for kids though. It's a Russian cartoon.
Dora Exploradora.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Menyanya.
Masyanya?
Masyanya.
I think it's awesome. It's also flash animated. Yeah. Masyanya is, I think it's awesome.
Listen to me. I have a friend. My wife plays tennis. In fact, my wife is playing tennis with her, I think, right now, with a Russian lady that is Masyanya. She is the original. My wife is playing tennis with Masyanya right now.
The real Masyanya?
The real one.
I think that one originated
her name is
St.
Tatiana,
Petersburg,
but she's friends with the guy that made the cartoon. I think she's from St. Petersburg originally. She lives in Houston. She lives about 3 miles that way. We went to her house recently, and you look at her, and then you think about Masyanya, and you look at her, and you think about Masyanya, and you're like, blin tochna.
Masyanya. Yes. This stick figure type. Yeah, it's awesome. I think that guy now lives in Israel, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe. Yeah, I think she said that.
But yeah, it's old too. I think they were doing it in the late 90s.
Like 20, yeah.
But Masyanya. And they're still he or they, I'm not sure, but they're still making them. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Masyanya есть канал на YouTube. Okay, maybe it's time to subscribe to Masyanya. Yeah, see, so you know some famous people. Kuvayev. Yep. And there's also Magazinchik Bo. It was a smaller series. He didn't have a lot of episodes. He didn't make a lot of them.
Masyanya, Лохматый, and Хрундель.
Хрундель, yes. Только благодаря нашей радиостанции. Только благодаря.
Mate and Grundel. These are
Oh, yeah,
characters.
Masenya Kuvaeva. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Хрюндель. Оттопыриваешься,
Ну,
оттопыриваешься.
я тут расширяю свои горизонты вообще.
Yeah, who knew you could learn so much about cartoons and from cartoons too? Because I'm gonna watch SpongeBob SquarePants, and yeah, for
And
some of us,
I'm gonna watch Masanya
it's
again.
time to rewatch or watch new ones of Masenya. Yeah, they're
That's
pretty
funny.
cool. And such a small world. See, you know some famous people who live in Texas.
Well, I mean, she's not famous. I mean, but
well, to a smaller community.
I mean, it looks like her. It's just, I believe what she says. So yeah, she knows this guy.
I just remember those older cartoons, older episodes too. It's like a lot of phrases that I still use in my everyday life just from there.
Oh my God, кто-то мне сказал, что, listen, если не читал «Золотой теленок» и «12 стульев», значит, ты просто не выучил русский язык.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
There's just too much.
It's
much
like
from
baseball.
those two.
It's like baseball in American English.
It's like 10% of the language.
Yeah, and some of it is in French, but it's still Russian. Like je ne mange pas ce jour.
Well, I mean, then there's a lot of stuff, you know, крылатые фразы всякие from you know, like советские films, you know, Russo Turisto, Облако Морали,
yeah.
you know.
But yeah, Золотой теленок, 12 стульев, they're densely.
Это песня про кролика, как там?
Зайцев, yeah. Песня про зайцев.
Is that what it's called?
Песня про зайцев, yeah, that's what it's called.
Нам все равно.
Yep, в темно-синем лесу. What do you think of these old Russian comedies? What's your opinion, honestly?
Yeah, no, they're funny. I mean, служебный роман, you know.
Yeah, that one's cool. They didn't make a lot of them, so.
They're kind of, I mean, but they show, you know, like the Soviet Union's gone, right? It's history, right? And so if you want to see what it was like back then, you have to watch those old movies. You know, Slokin Parum.
It's a romanticized version of it, but yeah.
I mean, of course, it's a parodia, right? It's a parody. You know, but it
I think they're good. They didn't make a lot of them, so they tried to make.
Well, they wouldn't let them.
Yeah,
and that's why they were popular.
And you had to be very careful with humor. Like if you wanted to,
did.
You always had to.
It was right on the edge.
Carefully.
It was как-то вот тут на самый грань, right?
Yeah, you go over that edge. That's it. Your movie's not coming out. So they had to kind of use that humor to, yeah. It's like Reagan's political. I don't even know how to call it, but he was collecting jokes from Soviet Union, like anecdote.
Yeah.
And was telling them back in America.
Reagan liked to do that.
As far
Reagan
as
didn't like the government. Reagan was not about federal government. He wanted to have a small government. He didn't believe that government was the answer. And
you can always obviously get
so he would take these things that he learned from Soviet humor and apply them to American politics and try to make try to draw that parallel to make that, connection that, anyway, let's not talk about it.
I remember a few
Reagan.
jokes.
I did like Reagan. I did.
I don't even have a strong opinion. I was not into, I didn't follow American politics back then.
I was a
when
kid.
I knew Reagan, I was
kid.
thinking it's bad because America, I've come full circle, not a full circle, but come around. Oh yeah, but some of those jokes, some of those anecdote, they were really funny. So I was like, okay, at least he picked the funny ones. Не боимся мы волка и сову. Yeah, we have the.
See, I don't know the words.
I know almost more than half.
So, okay, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? You want to talk about holidays real fast?
For Thanksgiving, you mean like what am I doing? Or
how about for the people that are watching? Do you know what Thanksgiving is?
Yeah.
No. It's
I'm
not
sure
a Canadian holiday. It's a Chista Amerikanski Prazdnik.
I think they have Thanksgiving in Canada too, but it's on different date.
Maybe.
And I'm sure it's a different type of celebration. You know, it's a very busy day for plumbers and emergency rooms. Like hospital emergency rooms, the biggest day is Thanksgiving. At least that's what I heard on the radio. I don't know. I guess people overeat, get sick, go to emergency room. And for plumbers, the same thing. A lot of food, a lot of people, a lot of gatherings. Like everybody's having a party. So they just end up clogging like disposers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So for plumbers, it's a very busy day because we have turkey bones in our sewer. Stuff like that. It's just the funny fact that I heard. They were interviewing a plumber on Thanksgiving, and I was just listening to that radio program, and he was like, "This is the busiest day of the year." I was like,
oh, okay. My wife likes to make the big turkey dinner and all of the traditional stuff, you know. But for us, it's a Russian gathering. All the Russians come to our house, you know, that all the people that we know, and you know, because it's a chance for them to celebrate the kind of an American Prazdnik without having to mess with it, and that's that's what we do. We've kind of learned. She's learned how to do a really nice job. She does good.
Turkey, cranberry sauce,
the whole bit, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm a single guy right now, so I'm not gonna cook a turkey. That's for sure.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, somebody will invite you over probably, and
yeah, that happens a lot because it's like everybody's
right.
Everybody
like a stray cat. Oh, come on, Andre.
let's take her in. Yeah.
You know? You just show up with a bottle of wine. Yep, you eat about 6 pounds of food.
Sure. Might as well. You know, it's Thanksgiving. Everybody eats a lot. And then turkey everything for 3 more days. Turkey sandwiches.
Turkey soup, turkey sandwiches.
Turkey this, turkey that. Yeah.
Turkey zapikanka.
Turkey zapikanka.
Yeah.
What would that be? Zapikanka.
Turkey casserole.
Casserole. Yeah.
Обращайтесь.
Thank you. And another thing I wanted to ask if you know, like крылатая фраза. We talked about that. I don't know how to say it in English. Like a phrase from, like a quote from the movie, something that
like
everybody
pop culture phrases or
reference
or references, popular references.
Okay. Yeah, I thought maybe there was some like some local you know, sometimes actually
idioms.
Yeah, I thought maybe like more local, maybe Texas or Washington, state of what. See, I live near city of Washington. You're from the state of Washington, and they're just across they're across the street, not the street, across the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
Different coasts.
Do you guys celebrate Russian and American holidays?
I celebrate everything. If it's a holiday, I'll celebrate.
We don't want a good Prazdnik to go to waste.
Exactly, yeah.
Жалко.
If it's a
хорошего праздника.
If it's a holiday, yeah, let's celebrate.
No, we do Russian Christmas and is like Седьмого января. No, Новый год — это Новый год, right? Наш Christmas — это как ваш Новый год. And so we have a big Новый год. We do. We keep the tree. It's чуть не как второй Christmas у нас. Народ приходит, естественно, пельмени, там все дела. Right?
Mandarины. That's important.
Yeah.
You
I
have
mean,
to
that's
have
not a
to.
big deal. Maybe.
You have to.
We do. It used to be my wife would work and make all this stuff. And now it's like mostly just pelmeni and some salads. Right?
Оливье.
Естественно.
Why did I even ask? It's not even, it's inappropriate to even
come
ask.
on.
Okay.
Right?
I realized my mistake. Yeah. But yeah, мандарины.
Не будем обидеть людей.
Of course. Yeah.
Не будем обижать людей. Sorry. Yeah, grammar mistake.
I didn't think. I didn't think of what I was saying. But mandarины, they used to be, you couldn't get them in Soviet Union back in the day.
I know, it was a big deal.
So it was like, let's have them for the New Year's.
All right.
And bananas, I tried my first banana in 90-something, 91, 92. I was already like 10 years old or something.
Oh, я помню, как появились авокадос and limes в России. Это было что-то.
I didn't even notice that. I guess I left before that happened.
Yeah.
But bananas, I remember, because it was like, oh my God.
I mean, you lived in Ukraine, right? I mean, Ukraine had, that's almost Europe. And so I was out out with the freaking tigers and bears out there in Primorsky Krai, там вообще. Одни китайцы с тиграми.
Yeah, maybe some Chinese. What about like Chinese food or like anything Asian influence there as far as cuisine? Do they cook something?
That's good. Their Chinese food is different than ours. They have they've got some different styles of food in China. They've got that northern Chinese food. And it's not as spicy as what we're used to, as what we're, and it doesn't have the same texture. It doesn't have like all the different, like what's that stuff they use in Chinese food here? Like
MSG.
Yes. It's more fresh. Роза, спасибо.
Здравствуйте, Роза.
No. Thanks for joining us. We've been here 2 hours.
Yeah, it's almost, I don't even know what.
I think we got to go, buddy.
Yeah.
I think we got to go. I think we got to get going. So
I think we've tortured people enough.
Probably we have.
For a lot of the, 2 hours of listening to people speak English, that's a lot to process. And
2 hours of чистое бубнё.
It gets tired, yeah. Бубнисты. It's funny how words relate to other words in the same language. Like бубнеть and бубен is an instrument.
Первый зам старшего бубниста.
Первый зам старшего бубниста.
Это мой должность. Моя должность.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I don't know, I guess we can maybe it's time to wrap it up. Everybody's tired. I'm okay, but I can talk for hours on, so but I guess it's reasonable to end this at 2 hours.
Жук спрашивает, а какую елку вы ставите? Живую или искусственную? Народ меняет. То есть иногда искусственную, иногда живую. Мы обычно искусственную, как про свою семью говорю, потому что вживую это дорого, во-первых, потому что мы на юге. И надо возить с севера сюда.
Okay. Yeah, there are not too many pine trees, fir trees. It's not a pine. It's a
fir tree. Fir tree это пикта. Pine tree это сосна. Сосна это так. You can use that for a Christmas tree, but it's not the same thing. Yolka at the spruce.
Oh, that's right. Trees, fishes, anything in the kitchen. I don't know that any of
I
that
do.
stuff. I don't
do.
because I didn't grow up with it. So I'm like spruce. Yeah, exactly. Set phrase. Крылатая фраза. I guess set phrase.
Maybe.
Something widely used. I guess
Commonly used phrases. Popular phrases.
Popular. But there's always you can always explain things if you cannot think of a word, because it happens to me more in English, but in Russian too. You just explain the word if you know, or the meaning, the phrase. So that shouldn't be a big deal. So let's
we're
wrap
done.
it up. It's awesome.
Wrap it up. Listen, thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, thanks for joining us today.
I appreciate
I'm pretty sure
having
people
me
wanted
as
to
a
hear you
guest on your
talk.
channel. I hope I didn't overstay my welcome.
Oh no. Everybody's always welcome here, so it's you cannot overstay it.
So hopefully you'll come and be a guest on Friday Night Live.
I would love
maybe
to.
In a couple weeks.
I would love to do that. Yeah, I'm sure it'll. We'll make it. We'll make it happen. It's Thanks, Mark, for joining us.
Thanks everybody for all the good questions. You've got a really good audience. I love the questions.
Thank you.
I would have never thought that any of this was even interesting.
Yeah, it's the compliment for the audience. So спасибо. Вы слышали, что Марк сказал? Похвалил нас всех. Так что всем спасибо за хорошие вопросы, за то, что поддерживали, вели себя цивилизованно. Но тех, кто не ведет себя цивилизованно, просто сегодня не было, поэтому нормально. Okay,
right,
thank you. Yeah, have a nice Sunday afternoon.
It's nice to meet everybody. Thanks, guys. Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for coming on our show, on our stream. All right, I'm going to end the broadcast. Thanks. All right, bye everyone. See ya.